Pakistan and Saudi Arabia, a friendship built on faith, need, and trust. Few friendships between countries are as deep, lasting, and meaningful as the one between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia. It's not just a political or economic relationship, it's built on shared faith, mutual help, and personal trust between leaders and people. Over the decades, this bond has survived wars, economic crises, changes in government, and even global shifts in power. Today, it remains one of the strongest ties in the Muslim world. To understand why this friendship matters so much, we need to look at the history of both countries, how they were born, what they believe in, and how they've helped each other through thick and thin. How Pakistan and Saudi Arabia came to be. Pakistan was created in 1947 after a long struggle by Muslims in British India who wanted a separate homeland where they could live by their own values and traditions. It was a dream led by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and millions celebrated its birth. But from the start, Pakistan faced big challenges: poverty, political instability, wars with India, and difficulty in building strong democratic institutions. Its history has been a mix of elected governments and military rule, with leaders often turning to religion to unite the people. Saudi Arabia, on the other hand, was officially formed in 1932 by King Abdulaziz ibn Saud. He brought together different tribes and regions under one kingdom, with Islam, especially the strict Wahhabi version, as its guiding force. Saudi Arabia is home to Mecca and Medina, the two holiest cities in Islam, which gives it a special role in the Muslim world. After oil was discovered and became a major source of income in the 1970s, Saudi Arabia grew rich and powerful. Even though their histories are different, one born from partition and struggle, the other from tribal unity and oil wealth, Pakistan and Saudi Arabia found common ground in their Islamic identity. That shared faith became the foundation of their friendship. When the friendship took root in the 1960s and 1970s, the bond between the two countries became stronger. Pakistan, with its large army and experienced soldiers, became a kind of security partner for Saudi Arabia. The Saudis, worried about threats from neighbors or internal unrest, welcomed Pakistani troops to help guard their land and holy sites. Thousands of Pakistani soldiers and officers were stationed in Saudi Arabia during those years, not as invaders, but as protectors and friends. In return, Saudi Arabia helped Pakistan in its times of need. When Pakistan's economy was struggling, Saudi Arabia stepped in with loans, gifts of oil, and investments. Sometimes, they even let Pakistan buy oil and pay for it later, a huge relief for a country often short on cash. This wasn't just business, it was brotherhood. Big world events also pushed them closer together. In 1979, Iran had a revolution that turned it into a Shia Islamic republic. Saudi Arabia, a Sunni monarchy, felt threatened. Around the same time, the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan. Both Pakistan and Saudi Arabia saw this as a danger to the Muslim world. They teamed up with the United States to support Afghan fighters, called the Mujahideen, who were resisting the Soviets. Pakistani spies, Saudi money, and American weapons all came together in this effort. It was a powerful example of how the two countries could work as a team on the world stage. Friendship beyond governments, people and personal ties. What makes this relationship special is that it's not just between presidents and kings, it's also between people. Over 2.5 million Pakistanis live and work in Saudi Arabia today. They drive taxis, build roads, work in hospitals, teach in schools, and serve in the military. Every year, they send billions of dollars back home to their families in Pakistan. These remittances are a lifeline for Pakistan's economy. For many Pakistani families, a job in Saudi Arabia means food on the table, a roof over their heads, and school fees for their children. Saudi Arabia has also helped educate Pakistanis. Thousands of Pakistani students have received scholarships to study in Saudi universities. Many religious schools in Pakistan have been built or supported with Saudi money. This has helped spread similar religious ideas in both countries. Even the leaders of both countries have become close on a personal level. Pakistani prime ministers and army generals have often visited Saudi Arabia not just for meetings, but as honored guests. When Pakistani leaders fell from power or faced trouble at home, Saudi Arabia sometimes gave them a safe place to stay. For example, former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif lived in Saudi Arabia for years after being removed from office in a military coup in 1999. The Saudi royal family treated him like family, not like a political refugee. This personal touch, the warmth, the respect, the hospitality, has kept the relationship strong even when politics got complicated. Challenges in modern times. Of course, no friendship is perfect. In recent years, Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have faced some new challenges. Saudi Arabia is changing fast. Under Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the kingdom is trying to modernize through a plan called Vision 2030. It wants to rely less on oil, build new industries, and create jobs for its own young people. That means hiring fewer foreign workers, including Pakistanis. New rules and taxes have made it harder for some Pakistanis to work there. This worries Pakistan because those jobs and remittances are so important. There have also been moments of political tension. For example, when Saudi Arabia led a military campaign in Yemen, it asked Pakistan to join. Pakistan said no, it wanted to stay neutral and avoid getting pulled into another war. Some in Saudi Arabia were disappointed, but they understood. Pakistan also tries to stay friendly with Iran, Saudi Arabia's rival. That balancing act is tricky, but Pakistan believes it's necessary for its own peace and security. Still, when Pakistan was on the brink of an economic collapse in 2019, Saudi Arabia came to the rescue, again. It gave Pakistan a $3 billion loan and let it buy oil on easy payment terms. This wasn't charity, it was solidarity. It showed that even with new challenges, the old friendship still holds strong. Military and strategic ties. Defense cooperation is another key part of the relationship. Pakistani soldiers still train Saudi troops. The two countries hold joint military exercises. Saudi Arabia has also invested in Pakistan's infrastructure, in energy projects, mining, and special economic zones. These aren't just about profit, they're about building long-term ties. For Saudi Arabia, Pakistan is not just a customer or a worker supplier, it's a strategic partner in South Asia. Why this friendship still matters? In a world where alliances shift quickly, the Pakistan-Saudi bond stands out. It's based on more than just money or power. It's based on faith. Both countries see themselves as defenders of Islam. They support each other in Islamic organizations and global Muslim causes. Need. Pakistan needs Saudi money and jobs for its people. Saudi Arabia needs Pakistan's military support and political friendship in Asia. Trust. Leaders on both sides have built real personal relationships. They talk directly, help each other in private, and avoid public fights. Even as both countries face big changes, Pakistan struggling with debt and democracy, Saudi Arabia racing to reform and modernize, their friendship remains a source of strength. Looking ahead. The future won't be without bumps. Pakistan must find ways to reduce its dependence on Saudi aid and create jobs at home. Saudi Arabia must find a balance between modernizing and keeping its traditional friendships alive. Global politics, like the rise of China or tensions with Iran, will test their alliance. But if history is any guide, this friendship will endure. It has survived coups, wars, oil crashes, and revolutions. It has been there in times of celebration and in times of sorrow. It's not flashy or loud, it's quiet, steady, and strong. For millions of Pakistanis, Saudi Arabia is not just a faraway kingdom, it's where their brothers and sisters work, where their children study, and where their leaders find support. For Saudis, Pakistan is not just another country, it's a loyal friend that has stood by them for over 70 years. In a divided and uncertain world, that kind of friendship is rare and precious. Final thoughts. The story of Pakistan and Saudi Arabia is not just about politics or economics. It's a human story of shared prayers, shared struggles, and shared dreams. It's the story of a soldier from Lahore guarding the Grand Mosque in Mecca. It's the story of a Saudi prince welcoming a Pakistani leader like a brother. It's the story of a father in Karachi waiting for his son's monthly salary from Riyadh to feed his family. That's what makes this relationship special. It's not written only in treaties and trade deals, it's written in hearts and homes. And as long as that remains true, the bond between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia will continue to grow, quietly, faithfully, and forever.